Hey, this is Dan with Echo, and we're just going to show the setup of the DashCam 1080. Very simple to do. When you get your DashCam 1080, pull your camera out of the box, your mount, and then also your car's power supply. Okay, you're going to notice that the car's power supply has a 10-foot long cord. It is purposely long so you can tuck it like in headliners and along door jambs to conceal the cord instead of just having it hang straight down your windshield. The first thing we want to do is take the mount and we want to attach it to the cam, and it's very simple to do. You're going to see that there's a little lever right here, a little thumb lever right there, and we want to make sure that's facing out, and then just slide it right into the camera just like that. Okay, the next thing we want to do is we want to take the power cord and we want to put it into the USB port. All right, now if you try to just jam it in there, it's probably not going to work for you because the USB port is offset, and it's purposely offset so the power supply doesn't just fall out. So when you insert the power supply, you're going to just go at it at an angle first, and then you're going to push it in. Okay, that way the power supply stays nice and secure in there. After you get the power supply put into the cam, then you would mount your cam. Obviously, if I was mounting it for this car permanently, I would place it somewhere right around here. But for this demonstration, I'm just going to place it right here. Then you just flip up to lock the mount into place. Let me just move this cord a little bit. There you go. Again, it has a purposely long power cord so you can tuck it along the headliner and then again bring it down through door jambs and stuff to your power supply. So when you have your cam installed, the one thing you're going to notice is that when you start your car, it'll power on, and then when you turn off your car and exit your car, it will power down. So this is something that you can leave plugged in once you have it all set up. Now, when you first mount it and get it powered up in your car, do not have the SD card inside it, okay? Because it'll start recording right away. And the reason why you don't want your SD card in it right away is because we want to make sure we have the settings set with the cam. So to set your settings, you're going to see the menu button here, and then the record button is right here. This is going to be basically our selections, our options. So I'm going to click on menu, and I'm going to click down. There's up and down arrows so you can scroll up and down the menu very easy. The first one we're going to do is resolution. We want to make sure that it is at 1920 by 1080, okay, which this one's at. We're going to go down to loop recording, and I'm just going to go through the recommended settings. Factory default will probably be at 3 minutes. I recommend setting it at 10 minutes. So once you have your settings set, press the record button again, and that'll set that. I'm going to go down to motion detection. If that is off, I would probably put that on. Recommended setting is to put that on. Once you have that selected to on, press record. Record audio. If you want to record audio, have this on. If you don't want to record audio, have it off. Okay? In this demonstration, we're going to put it to on. Date stamp. If you want the date stamped on your recordings, put this to on. G-sensor. G-sensor is if you're ever in an accident, it has a sensor inside that detects impact. So I want to go over this very carefully. If you live in an area where you have a lot of bumpy roads, you'll want to set the sensitivity to low sensitivity. If you got pretty smooth roads, put it to mid sensitivity. We have pretty bumpy roads around here, so I'm going to have it at low sensitivity. Now what the G sensor does is anytime it feels an impact, it's going to lock that video it's recording and then start a new video. And the reason why it does that is if you're ever in an accident, it locks that video up, and that's explained in the user manual as well. That way it can't be accidentally recorded over by the camera while it's in your car. Alright, so we've been through those settings. I'm going to select menu one more time. You'll see the little wrench there. So I'm going to select that. And right now this is park mode. Let me go back so you can see that. Right now this is park mode. So if you go to a shopping mall, Walmart, grocery store, wherever you're at, if you put this in park mode, all you got to do is hit your menu twice. You'll be at park mode, select it, and then you can do the same thing, low sensitivity, mid sensitivity, or high sensitivity. When you're parking, I would definitely suggest putting this on mid sensitivity. Now when you put this in parking mode, it's going to allow you time to get out of your car before that actually activates. But that way, if you are in the store, if somebody bumps you, your camera is going to turn on and record what's in its vision right as that impact happens. Okay, so park mode is very nice when you're at the mall, at Walmart, at the grocery store. And my recommendation would be setting it at mid sensitivity. But now if you're driving, okay, you want to make sure park mode is off. So when you get back from shopping and you get back into your car, before you start driving, turn park mode off. Okay, date and time settings. Here's where you will select the year, the day, you know, the hour, minute, and seconds. And then of course your format that you want, and that'll be the date stamp that goes on your recordings. Auto power off. I believe the factory default is set to off. My recommendation is 3 minutes. Screensaver. Screensaver by default I believe is set to 3 minutes too. My recommendation on that is to set that to off. Now what the screensaver is while you're driving, you're going to be watching the video here of that you're recording while you're driving. And then of course after 3 minutes of driving, the screen would go black. So I always like to know that my dash cam's working, so I have this set to off. That way the screen never goes black. Language, beep sound, if you want, it'll give you beep sounds when there's recordings, when there's locks. You can turn the beep sound on and off. Language, you can set to your language. Obviously we have this one set to English. TV mode, you'll have NTSC and PAL. Recommendation is NTSC. Frequency, your options are 50 Hertz, and by default it's going to be set to 50 Hertz. Recommendation for NTSC is 60 Hertz. And then press record again. Now when you are ready to put in your SD card, you'll put in your micro SD on the side, go through the menu and format it. Okay, if it's not pre-formatted, you'll want to go through format and then press record. You'll insert the SD card, hit the menu twice, and I'll just exit out of here so you can see it. Put the SD card in. If it starts recording right away, stop the recording by hit the recording button. Press menu twice. Scroll down to format. And then press record and it'll format your SD card. And then if you ever want to reset it to the factory default settings, go ahead and hit default settings and press record, and it'll put it back to the factory default settings. Again, very simple to operate. Take the time to put the proper settings on your cam, and then once you get your cam installed and you get your power cord ran and you then insert your SD card, you'll be ready to record your driving. And again, when you start your car, the cam will automatically turn on, and then when you turn off the car, the cam will automatically turn off. So that's how you set up the DashCam 1080. Very easy to do. We have the user manual online as well. There's a lot of features on this cam. Take the time to read through that user's manual and enjoy your DashCam 1080, and safe driving out there.